They're chrome. I don't know why they're chrome. I mean, does that look chrome to you? It doesn't match. Right? Does that look chrome to you? No. So I don't know why they stuck chrome ones in here. This will be too easy. That got derailed rather quickly, didn't it? It could be that quick, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be more like that fast. We'll be back. Good day, everyone, and welcome to FergTV. I'm glad you could join me today. I'm telling you, I'm having a little hot coffee today. Hot coffee because here in Rhode Island on the 19th of June, it is about 58 to 59 degrees to start the morning. So it's a little warmer right now. It's probably 62 or something, but it's only supposed to get up to like 65, 66 or something. A little butter pecan. It's a new flavor for us, not new to the world, just to me. Anyway, today's little project is we're going to change out the faucets and the drain stoppers here for the redwood. That's my little project. Now you look at these and the unit's not that old, and you say, why are you going to change them? Well, they're bugging the heck out of me, because when we're trying to conserve water, and the water's off now so I can't show you, these things are so close to the back of the sink that when the water comes out, it's like right here. And you're trying to wash your hands and you're in there. The second thing is, they're chrome. I don't know why they're chrome. I mean, does that look chrome to you? It doesn't match. Right? Does that look chrome to you? No. So I don't know why they stuck chrome ones in here. Anyway, these are the same ones that we have in our bathroom upstairs in the house, and we're going to put these guys in. I think they have a little more style to them. It's a satin finish, and I think it bothered me more than Sue, but I just couldn't live with it. I couldn't. So I got to be able to get up here and take a look. Okay, so come to find out, there is 2 nuts right there holding this on. Now the task is going to be getting them loosened up. I imagine once you get it loosened up, you can take them off by hand. There's a long way to go, but it won't matter. They probably put this all on before they drop this in. I certainly would be doing that. Oh, here we go. Huh? Life is good. The faucets didn't leak or anything. Just that chrome thing. I can't live with it. I can't. I won't. Chrome, and even a bigger deal, seriously, is that being so close to the back of the bowl. These new faucets have a longer spout. They're going to stick out farther into the bowl. Here we go. Alright. I think that's all that's holding that up there. Yep. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. I guess when you think the world's coming to an end, it didn't. There you go. There you have it. That wrench actually does fit the new faucet lines. Okay. We'll open this faucet up now. There's the water. It's like a blooming miracle. With all of that disconnected, let's see, we got a washer on there. It's gonna come down. Boy, that mirror needs to be cleaned. Okay. I think we'll set this right in the shower. Keep all of our pots together. You're kind of heading up in the sky there. Is that a little better? I tell you, it's a full-time task to try to video, because you have to think about moving the camera all the time. I don't always do that. That's where you come in. You say something. Boy, this would be a great time if you got enough in you to go give it the old up yours, I'll tell you. Don't do it for me. Do it for YouTube. They love that sort of thing. All right, we have all of our pieces together. So you can see this one's a little different. We're gonna tighten this up and yeah, you didn't see what I was talking about. So there's Phillips screws that will be the final tightening apparatus. So this right here will spin with this. We got one rubber on the top that'll hit up here and one rubber underneath. Spin this nut up, and then the final tightening will be those Phillips screws. This will be too easy. Looks like we got the right size hole. I can tell. As Paul from Fab Rats would say, I put an micrometer on that. And a little bit of silicone right there. I want that out of there. I don't think I brought a razor blade knife down with me, so the next best thing is a bar. And we just gotta break it loose here off the countertop. That's good. And then, yeah, I just got a chunk out of there. It doesn't all have to go. I just can't have it underneath the faucet. It can be behind it. It's not going to bother anything, and I don't want any water leaks there, so I certainly don't want to get rid of the whole thing. Make sure that's setting properly, and it is. So, all right, see, and it's not bothering it now. So that little bit in the back there, non-issue. I guess that could slide around the hoses up in place. It's open. It's up here. I'm going to do all of this blind. Put that up there. Get that started. Okay, let's get 2 hands down here, maybe. That feels good. Hey, you can tell. You know what? My screws. I was wondering what was going on. Alright, just loosen them up a little bit, put another turn on that nut. And then I want to end up so that these screws are left and right here. East and west, maybe you'd say. I think that'll do it right there. That'll be fine. Just tighten those screws up. These hoses are marked. The supply lines are marked. And we know blue and red. Blue is cold water. Oh no, I just noticed something. We don't have the right fittings here. See what we got here? See what we got here? I spoke too soon. I said we were going to be all set. So see, these are a different setup. They must make something that would allow me to put a bushing in. I'd hate to have to take those out and change them on here. I guess I could. Oh, brother. Uh-huh. That got derailed rather quickly, didn't it? Alright, well, you know what? I'm going to change this while I'm here. Make sure that's going to work, because if I'm going to run and get any parts, I want to make sure I get all my parts. We're going to take that out of there. Loosen that up. Make sure our tails match up here in case they don't. We're going to be in trouble again. Okay. I don't think that's silicone. I don't know what that is. Maybe it is. It's possible. Doesn't seem to be quite as flexible. It's a little more rigid. It's not plumber's putty. You actually don't use plumber's putty on, we'll call it Corian. I don't know what brand solid surface this is. But use silicone when you put these in. Because this expands and contracts a little bit. And also you could get some staining from the plumber's putty. I should go get some denatured alcohol from my shop. Okay, went to the shop, picked up what we need. Some rubber gloves. Just because you're working with the denatured alcohol, it just dries your hands out. I mean, just every now and again is no big deal, but when you're doing it a lot, it's not good. So I'm going to put some on a rag, and I'm going to go in there and see what we can do before we get in there with the pad. Because there really isn't a lot in here, and I don't know if it'll just rub off. Feeling better already. Feeling better already. Not a lot left in there. Just enough to booger it up, you know. Alright, we're going to take one of our last, not the last one I have, but one of the last grits that we use. This one would be used to put a matte finish, and that's what you got in this bowl. This is 360 grit. It's made by Mercer. Just kind of clean that up. Get rid of a little bit that's left. And then we'll wipe it again with some denatured alcohol. Everybody's gonna be happy. A little more denatured alcohol. You can see there's some just a little bit right there. Alright. So we're gonna go back in with that. And that's how you use this. You just pop it up or pop it down. Alright. It's time for a break. Alright, back to work. So, we gotta just spin this out to get that down. And then we'll go back. I'll make sure it's tight. And this guy's gonna go in like so. Oh, yeah. It's kind of important. Alright, so that's not going to go anywhere. And this is going to go up like that. So that's going to go on there. Can I get you tilted down a little bit? That's probably better. Again, if you can't see, you need to say something. Okay. Okay. Tighten that down. So this spot's going pretty smooth. If we were able to line up with fittings there, it would have been a snap. We'll get it. I haven't been beaten yet. Come really close a couple of times. Too close. I haven't won with my brakes on my truck yet. I haven't won with my Bobcat. But I also haven't quit. It's kind of like the stock market. You don't lose money till you sell. You don't lose the game until you quit. I think that's close enough for now. We'll get this up here. It doesn't seem to be sitting just so, you know. It came in on an angle with their plumbing. It's an RV, it's not a house. I know. I know. Don't we know it? Good. Good. Yep. That's tight, tight, and tight. So, we're down to our fitting issue. So I ought to tighten up that faucet, then everything would be complete, with the exception of finding those fittings. Over here, you'll see just what I'm talking about. I know, I hear you. I gotta tip the camera. Give me a break, man. Yeah, maybe you can see what I'm talking about now. But anyway, if you can't, then you're working like I'm working. Blind. Alright, so what we're gonna do is get on those Phillips. I can actually see that faucet tipping right down as you tighten this up. One thing here would be to get this thing centered up here, which will look pretty good right there. I'm happy with that. Let's see what almost finished product looks like. Oh man, that's heaven. That's heaven, and it even looks lined up. Beautiful. Alright, well, I gotta see about getting 4 of those fittings. I'm either gonna get them today, or if I find them online, I'll get them shipped in, and we'll go from there. The only problem is I don't know what you call these. I don't know what sizes they are, so I'm thinking I gotta go physically get them. I gotta do one of two things. I could change these fittings. I have the tools to do that if I know what I need, but I'm gonna take this with me, not this faucet, the other one. Take that with me, and probably take that faucet with me. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, that's it until I get back here with my pots. It could be that quick, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be more like that fast. We'll be back. Okay, I am back from the hardware store, and I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, but this is going to work just fine. So the fitting that is on the end of the new faucet is a 3/8 compression. So I'm going to put a new shutoff in, and then we'll just screw on to these. You know, it's like they're almost $10 a piece, but you know, at this point, what are you going to do? So it's going to work, and that's the main thing. So now the next thing to do is to figure out where we're putting this. The fly in the ointment is, if you remember from before, I put new shutoffs in here. So now I already have shutoffs in the line, but they're down a little bit. And there's enough slack in the line to pull it up to be able to put this right back in where the old shutoff is and still have enough line to screw on to here. If I get done doing all of this and it's too tight, the worst thing that happens is I'll have to cut below here and just put a union in and a piece of PEX, but I'm trying to stay away from that because the less joint you have, the less chance of having a leak. So that's where the old hoses were hooked, right up here. My set up. My valves, shutoff valves that I put in are down here. So, I mean, if I cut this and put this in up at the top, I can do that, but then I got another joint down here and another shutoff. It's kind of sloppy. So this will come down and it'll be just fine as long as I take these off and put them in right there. And that, my friends, is what I'm going to attempt to do. Let's cut above, and then water's going to come running out, of course. Take that one right up and out the top. Okay, that's out. And then we can do the same thing here, which is guaranteed to leak also. Alright, well, looks like that one already drained back. Okay. Good. Get this out of here. There's only one way to do this. Just do it. No guts, no glory, they say. So if we can take this one off, I think this tool is to do that. Just get behind that. I don't really like this. It seems like you're gonna draw blood, and it's gonna be mine. There we go. That is the tool for that. Alright. So now if we get that out of there, be a good idea to heat that up a little bit. And I actually have my heat gun with me. That's a great idea, dear. Let's do that. I'll expand that PEX just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Use a pair of pliers now, because it probably heated up the valve. God, this water is killing me. Not literally. There. Now the question is, put that back together there, am I going to have a leak? Because I'm crimping over where I already crimped. That I don't know. A plumber would say, don't ever do that. Maybe, or I'd say, I've done that a million times. And I'm not a plumber. I don't know. You know what? I am not going to chance it. Now that that's out, I can cut it, but I won't cut off as much as I was going to cut before. And I think we'll make it. Now I feel better. Now I feel better. Okay, that in there. That in there. That goes on after this. That, like that. And then okay, one's done. Question is, will that make it? So we need the blue hose. I think we're gonna be just fine. The red hose, I've got a little more room. I'm gonna cut that. On after Ray, so we already went over that. Put that in, and boom. Okay, seems like that's hot, and this one's cold. I think we're gonna be just fine. Looking good. Oh, in the neighborhood. And I just heard you say something. Hey, I can't see. Alright, I got it. Tighten that one up. And we're going to have ourselves some hot and cold water. And we're going to find out if this works. If it does, that completes this side. Alright. So, off, off. That way there, when I turn the water on, it'll only get water when I put it on and I can watch what's going on. We are moving on up to the east side, as they say. Now, some of you folks don't know what I just said. And others go, I used to watch that show. And other people said, I wasn't even alive back then. Alright. Got a little dribble right there. We're looking good. So this is the escutcheon I was talking about, and if I relieve that, it'll give me a little more slack. But as you can see, there's really no tension on there. Just turn the water on, and there wouldn't be any leaks there. Anyway, this needs to get tightened up. I loosened that. That's how you clean the filter. Actually, we never cleaned that. And we're going to turn the water on here and here. And not feeling anything leaking. That's a wonderful thing. Not feeling anything there. Nothing there. No, nothing's leaking now. Turn that on. Turn that on. That's already on. Nothing leaking. Well, that's a good way to test. See if we have a leak here. Nothing, honey. And then you just, boom. And away she goes. We should do that over here. Some water in there. Dry. Still dry. And still dry. I would call that a success. You know, it wasn't so bad if I didn't have to run and get pots. Anyway, I'm going to clean up. I'm sure that you don't want to see that mess. Thanks for joining me, and you know, as I always say, as we get a little more familiar with each other, maybe you could consider subscribing. I'll leave that up to you. Until the next time, it's been fun. I'll see you later.